everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today we've got a good video for you, a topic that you can chew on. It's by the HSJ.co.uk website, and the title of the article I'm going to be talking about is Ministers Act After Claims COVID Deaths of Disabled and Autistic People Are Being Ignored. The article was written by Rebecca Thomas on the 6th of May, and I'm going to talk about it from an autistic standpoint, and also try and balance my views from a neurotypical standpoint as well. So let's get into the video. Public Health England has convened a panel to analyse deaths of people with a learning disability and autism from COVID-19. The news comes amid calls for greater transparency from the government over data on deaths of those vulnerable groups. NHS England has told HSJ data on COVID-19 deaths from the Learning Disability Mortality Review programme would be published next year. Shadow Health Secretary Liz Kendall has written to the Department of Health and Social Care calling for it to publish its LEDER data immediately. Several sources have confirmed that they have put together a group which includes independent experts to analyse the mortality data they had previously not been included in the government's inquiry into the overrepresentation of some groups among COVID fatalities. What I don't understand is, as somebody with autism, why NHS England and NHS Improvement told HSJ that its weekly data from National Learning Disability Mortality Review programme isn't being published until next year. Why? That's what I don't get. I don't get where the figures are. I don't get why they're hiding them. I don't get if it's a mistake or if there is more serious fatalities than they're claiming. Liz Kendall has sent a letter saying that the government should immediately release the deaths being provided by LEDER with a retrospective analysis from the beginning of this pandemic. She also said that the government should be seen to better understand the impact of COVID-19 on people with a learning disability and autism within specialist mental health units. I totally agree with this statement. As someone with autism, I've not found many accessible information websites about COVID-19 for people with learning disabilities and autism. I feel this is something that is a barrier to medical care. It's a barrier to understanding and lack of it. I think it's something that we all need to be working on. Tim Nichols from the National Autistic Society has said public services have been failing for years to record autism data. As a result, we're going to struggle to know the impact on children and adults within the UK. I agree totally with this statement. As somebody on the spectrum, this virus has impacted many people's health, such as anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts. It means that people with autism and learning disabilities are being missed out, meaning that the NHS understands the needs of autistic children and adults. And the MenCap chairman has stated it is totally unacceptable to wait until 2021 for COVID deaths in people with learning disabilities and autism. My second page of notes here. I am shocked and saddened that people with learning disabilities and autism are not being referred to or referenced to within the COVID-19 deaths. This is a very worrying sign for me as somebody. How many people potentially with a learning disability or autism have contracted COVID-19, and how many deaths have resulted of this period? Why is this figure being hidden or being kept a secret? I do hope that ministers within the government do start taking the needs of people with learning disabilities and autism more seriously during this pandemic and informing us about the death rate or how many people have contracted this virus to make the information more accessible and easy read, to means that people with autism and learning disabilities are at high risk of contracting it as we have underlying health conditions, which means we must be at higher risk on the public health register. How can the government suggest ways to meet with people with learning disabilities and autism to keep them safe and healthy? So I'm a bit worried about this article. I agree that it was well written, it was well noted. The article has got an attached letter at the end, which I'll link in the description at the end. But I am quite worried about this as someone with autism and anxiety disorder. It is worrying that they are hiding the figures of how many potential COVID-19 deaths have been for people with autism and learning disability. Also, I'm worried about how many people with mental health issues have been dying from COVID-19 as well. That doesn't seem to be told either. I hope that the government will watch this and see and get back to me how many people with mental health, learning disability and autism have died from this virus, how many of us have contracted it. Because if we are higher at risk of getting this disease, this bug, I'd rather be told about it and pre-warned rather than picking it up from somewhere potentially. And it is worrying that people learning disabilities and autism again are being missed out on this. They're not being educated, they're not being told, or I think it's a lack of support from the government. They don't seem to understand how much damage this does to our physical health with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, anything else of that nature. It can cause tension within our families, it can cause emotional upset, it can cause lack of understanding because the government doesn't make this information accessible. It's very, very medical based, all the wording's very, very confusing. So I'm hoping that we can work together to make this more easier for us and more understanding for the government. And let's see the government actually publish this data about the deaths from COVID-19 for people with learning disabilities and autism. I hope you've liked this video. And if you agree with me, please give a like, comment, share and subscribe. And I'll be back next time. Bye.